What if an idle RPG asked you to build a squad of legendary heroes pulled from different dimensions, then handed you enough freedom to actually experiment, instead of locking every team behind a meta spreadsheet? That's the pitch behind Holy Grail Returns. And if you've been burned by idle games that play themselves while you stare at a dozen red notification dots, this one might be worth a look. Before we see if this grail is worth chasing, hit like and subscribe. We're always hunting for the next great idle RPG, so you don't have to waste your time downloading the bad ones. Holy Grail Returns is built around collecting heroic spirits and assembling teams that can handle everything from campaign stages to secret realm challenges and resource farming. The core loop is exactly what most idle fans expect. You push story stages, your team fights automatically, resources pile up while you're offline, and you return later to spend those rewards, making your squad stronger. Simple, familiar, effective. The part that matters is whether team building keeps things interesting. The game leans heavily into collecting dozens of heroic spirits from different backgrounds and dimensions, and you're encouraged to mix and match rather than simply throwing your highest rarity units into a lineup and calling it a day. Positioning, hero combinations, and balancing damage dealers with support units seem to play a major role in progression. Some teams will focus on surviving long battles, while others aim to delete enemies before they can even attack. If you're the kind of player who enjoys staring at your roster for 20 minutes trying to convince yourself that your weird off-meta team is secretly genius, you'll probably have a good time here. Progression follows the usual idle RPG formula. Heroes level up, improve their stats, and become the backbone of your account progression. Equipment and upgrades appear to provide another layer of growth, giving players multiple ways to improve power without relying entirely on lucky summons. Speaking of summons, yes, this is a hero collector. Building a strong roster means pulling new heroic spirits and expanding your options over time. For some players, that's the fun part. For others, that's where alarm bells start ringing. The big question will be how generous the game ends up being with premium currency and pull rates. A roster-based game lives and dies by whether free players feel they can make meaningful progress without opening their wallets every week. Combat itself appears to focus heavily on auto battles, which comes with the usual pros and cons. The upside is obvious. You can progress while cooking dinner, pretending to work, or making questionable life decisions at 2 in the morning. The downside is that players looking for manual skill rotations and high mechanical gameplay may find themselves watching more than playing. Secret realms and additional challenge modes seem designed to give players something to do beyond pushing campaign chapters, which is important because idle games tend to hit a wall if endgame content dries up too quickly. The dimensional setting and large hero roster also give the developers plenty of room to expand the game with new characters, events, and team combinations over time. Of course, that depends entirely on post-launch support, because every idle game starts with promises. The real test comes 6 months later when players ask, so, what now? So who is Holy Grail Returns actually for? If you enjoy collecting characters, experimenting with team compositions, and making steady progress without needing to babysit your phone every 5 minutes, this looks like an easy game to keep in your rotation. If you prefer action combat, direct control, and gameplay that demands your full attention, this probably won't replace your main game. For idle fans, though, Holy Grail Returns checks a lot of the right boxes on paper. The real question is whether its generosity, balance, and long-term content can keep players around after the honeymoon phase ends. What do you think? Is this going on your download list, or are you saving your storage space for the next big idle RPG? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more idle RPG reviews and overviews.